Hello. Hey guys, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. I'm excited to be back with you guys on this Monday afternoon. Y'all, I was not even prepared to go live. I'm doing this, kind of unprepared, okay, just a little bit. But when I found out this news, I had to go up. Okay, we just had to go up. We had to talk about the situation. Okay. My mouth is getting dry talking about the same damn thing. So I'm just going to wait for a couple of more people to enter the room. But if you guys are in here, thank you so much for joining me on this Monday afternoon. You could have joined anybody's live, but you're here with me, and I do appreciate that. So, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and talk about the Real Housewives, but I do want to take a water break. So let's go ahead and sip some water. If you got your coffee, your tea, your juice, whatever you're drinking, go ahead and take a sip. Mm-hmm. I need to buy my water bottle. I think it's out there in the living room. That water bottle will be giving me life. I gotta catch my breath. Because, like I said, I'm on here last minute, child, because we definitely got to talk about what's going on with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And since I'm already live, we're just going to go ahead and recap Potomac. Okay, so I'm not going to be here for very long, 20, 30 minutes tops, because I do have a meeting at 2 o'clock. So I have to get off at like 1:45, 1:50 so I can get prepared for that. But like I said, I just needed to talk about the teams, honey. Okay, because Cynthia Bailey is out here quitting officially. So y'all know that we over here at the House of Aaron, along with so many other outlets and blogs, have been on our platforms talking about Cynthia Bailey has been fired for months. Okay, months at this point. And y'all, finally, after a lot of speculation, after dissecting and analyzing the situation, after talking about the situation for such a long time, Cynthia Bailey has finally decided to admit the truth. And she is, well, not reportedly, but she is announcing her departure from the show. Okay. Um, I'm trying to read y'all's comments. How about that yes. Okay, the Real Housewives of Potomac episode last night was crazy. And I want to talk about it very quickly. I'm going to be very brief. Okay, I apologize. This live is going to have to be very brief, 15, 20 minutes. But we are definitely going to get into some things when it comes to the Real Housewives of Potomac last night, because that episode was everything. Okay. But before we get into that, okay, and we got Tom G in the chat talking about did she quit or was she fired? We're going to talk about it. Okay, we're going to talk about it because Cynthia Bailey definitely did not quit being a full-time peach holder. Okay, she was trying to hold on to that job for as long as possible. So we definitely know the woman did not quit. But let me go ahead and show up this Facebook. I believe my friend sent this to me from Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure she's going to other social media platforms. But she definitely went to Facebook, child, and decided to give us some half truths. Okay, we're gonna get into it. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Hopefully, y'all can see that. So, this is from Cynthia Bailey's official Facebook page. She says, after much thought and consideration, I have made the very difficult and heartfelt decision not to return for the next season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She says, thank you, NBC Universal, Bravo, and Truly Original for over a decade of partnership. I can't wait to see what we do next. Thank you to my Real Housewives of Atlanta castmates for 11 of the most unbelievable years of my life and the most incredible and unforgettable memories. I am so grateful to have had this amazing journey, and I am anxiously waiting to embark on new adventures. Oh my God, y'all, there's so much to unpack with this little PR release. She says, most importantly, thank you to my fans. I could not have done it without your blessings, love, and support. Without the fans, none of this would be possible. I love and appreciate all of you. It's time to move on to my next chapter, and I look forward to sharing it with you all. See you guys soon. Cynthia Bailey Hill. Okay. So, y'all, we have to unpack this. Okay, we have to unpack this because I don't know what the hell is going on with Cynthia, but it just seems like a bunch of half truths. Okay, if you get my drift. And I'm trying to see how I can pull this up without with still seeing myself. Okay, StreamYard, I'm gonna need y'all to get y'all software all the way together because I'm not here for it. But how do y'all feel about that? Okay, finally, after so much speculations, after the gossip and the rumors, okay, in the words of Lizzo, it turns out that all the rumors are true. Mm, all the rumors are true, y'all. They all true. Okay, so first off, can we just dissect this for a little bit? She says, after much thought and consideration, I have made a very difficult and heartfelt decision not to return to the next season. Girl, you know you a damn lie. Okay, how Candy say you a damn lie. You know you was lying. You know you did not voluntarily leave that peach holder status. Why you lying, Cynthia? Okay, why you lying? You lie, you lie. Okay, Effie from Dreamgirls. Girl, you know you lying. Okay, tell the truth and shame the devil. You either got demoted to a friend, which is probably the case, or you got fired altogether. And not really fired because I know in the replay we're going to have a lot of comments, excuse me, talking about she wasn't fired. Okay, they're independent contractors. They have a contract. She's not fired. You know what the hell I mean when we say fired. Okay, the contract was not renewed. Okay, it was a one and done for season 13 and they don't want you back, aka fired. So it is what it is. I do believe that she is kind of like not telling the truth in that little stanza there. She says thank you to NBC Universal and all of those good things. Then she says thank you to my castmates. Y'all gave me a good 11 years, which is astronomical. Okay, if you ask me. Now, I do want to say that Cynthia Bailey, and I've said this so many times, yes, she's boring, but she's definitely contributed to a lot of great moments when it comes to her beef with Nene, when it comes to her kicking Portia in the stomach, when it comes to her versus Phaedra talking about win a case. Um, I'm not going to not give Cynthia her flowers. Okay, we have to give Cynthia her flowers. She definitely gave us so many good moments on TV. I'm not going to take that away from her. I'm not going to take away her accomplishments. I'm not going to take away the fact that her relationship with Peter was very entertaining. Okay, when they got married at the damn Fern Bank Museum. Is the Fern Bank still a thing? Okay, if you live in Atlanta, let me know in the live chat. Is the Fern Bank still a thing? I haven't heard of a fern and a bank in so long. But she got married at the Fern Bank, broke as a joke. Okay, the mama and the sister were both hiding the marriage certificate. So she started off the season with a marriage that was doomed to fail. Okay, if you ask me. I hate to be blunt about the situation, but that's just the truth. Um, and then we've seen her get a divorce, and then we've seen her make up and break up with Nene. Okay, Lanithia basically was the breath of her life on RHOA. Her going in and out of that friendship contract and whatnot. And yeah, yeah. It's been a lot, okay, for Cynthia. So I'm not going to say that the girl, I don't know, it's hard because at one point in time, it's like I love Cynthia. She's definitely classy to a certain point. Okay, when she's not kicking Portia in the tummy. She definitely gave us a certain standard of how women should behave in public spaces because even though Cynthia did not always display her classiness, she definitely was a lot more classy than a lot of the other women, i.e. Latoya, Forever, Howard, Ali. Okay. Can we be honest at the situation? And so it is what it is. So I'm not gonna take any of that away from Cynthia, but at the same time, girl, you was clicking. You had a whole covert wedding, a potential super spreader, okay, for a wedding, and that was your one and only storyline. And you fumbled that bag because production couldn't even film it, let alone even show it. Okay, how did Candace Dillard Bassett have more of a grandiose wedding that was actually filmed before Cynthia Bailey, who ran so people like Candace Dillard Bassett could crawl? Like, let's really get into the real tea. Hazel said, I'm not surprised as I knew she was not coming back and unfortunately got fired. Bravo let her leave with her dignity. I miss Cynthia as always, a class act. Definitely a class act. But another thing that I noticed about this little announcement, right? Since you said that they let her leave with dignity, Cynthia had no choice but to release this news when she released it on Monday. What day is it? September 27th. Okay, approximately at noon. Because y'all, they finna film next week. Okay, and so when they commence to filming the show, and we start putting two and two together, that Cynthia ain't at none of the scenes, because y'all know that here on the House of Aaron, we will be giving y'all a whole breakdown throughout the whole filming of the season. We gonna know about everything that pretty much happens throughout the season before the season even gets a chance to air. So y'all know us as the bloggers, we're gonna follow them and their little instances during filming, and we're gonna notice that Cynthia isn't there. So this is just a sign that they are really about to start filming. But I do agree Cynthia was a class act. Let's see. Timmy said good riddance. Well, goddamn. Um, let's see. I'm trying to read some of y'all's comments. Pamela said, if you are born in Atlanta, you know the Fern Bank is nice and classy. The Fern Bank is okay. Okay. It's it is what it is. I'm more of a World of Coke type of bitch, right? I rather go to the Georgia Aquarium, but it is what it is. Just simply said, I feel like Bravo gave Cynthia a reduced role, and Cynthia didn't want that. Okay, in the same way that they gave Claudia and Shamari and Eva reduced roles. We know the Bravo playbook because they tried to do the same thing to Lenithia, and Lenithia exposed them. Okay, Lenithia was the only one that was kind of slick, sort of being honest about the situation when they said that they was trying to phase her out, and they only offered her 6 episodes for season 13, which basically is a Fran role. We know the truly original playbook. They will have you being a housewife for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then as soon as they don't want you no more, they'll offer you a Fran role in hopes that you just quit the show. Because honestly, they don't want to afford to pay your salary any longer. And I think Kandi is the next one out the door, if you ask me. What time is it? Ooh, 1:42. Jeffrey said, I will miss Cynthia. I definitely will also miss Cynthia, but you never know. We could get cameos. Okay, maybe she'll show up here and there. We do know that Cynthia is a part of the alliance, so you can always count on Kandi and Kenya to, always have Eva and Cynthia on standby when they want to, do little appearances and things of that nature. And then we also have Cynthia. She is set to be on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Okay, she's going to be on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip when they go to Turks and Caicos on the Peacock streaming platform. So, we have not seen the last of 50 Cent. Okay. But I'm trying to see, is there anything else that I wanted to dissect from her little PR Facebook message? Let's see. She said, I'm so grateful to have had this amazing journey. She said, thank you to my fans. None of this would have been possible. Yeah. I'm definitely going to miss Cynthia. I'm definitely going to miss her, but at the same time, we need to usher in the new blood. Okay, and I feel like if Kandi does not have a storyline this season, she need to be the next one. Okay, I am sick and tired of these women taking up these spaces when there are actually some, women, some real housewives with real money, with real stories. I'm burping all over the place. Okay, that's what I get for. Like, anybody that knows me knows that I'm like the biggest belcher of all time. Somebody said, Jennifer said, leave Cynthia alone and find new material for your show. There are a lot of Black housewives who are classy, and we will miss Cynthia on the show. Excuse the hell out of me. Okay, she said, find some new material, honey. Child, we're going to continue to rag on Cynthia like how we do everybody else. Okay, Cynthia ain't above the fray. Okay. But it is time for some new blood, right? You can't disagree with that. Honestly, I can't say that I love the girl enough, but what she delivered last season is just not acceptable. Okay, it's not acceptable. Okay, at least Robin with this current season of Potomac is getting into some things when it comes to the other ladies, at least trying to insert her messy ass into the drama. Okay, because then at that point you could justify you getting paid, millions and millions of dollars, but there's no justification for Cynthia to be getting paid $1.5 million. Okay, $250,000 an episode or whatever the hell she was making. It's no justification for that if you're not bringing nothing to the show. It is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So, anyways, y'all continue to let me know how y'all feel about Cynthia in the comments down below. Now, before we get on out of here, because I told y'all that this was gonna be quick. I have a 2:00 meeting. Okay, it's 1:45. Y'all like my new phone case? It's cute, right? Have y'all gotten that iPhone 13 yet? Have y'all gotten a new iPhone? Anyways, so yes, my meeting is at 2:00, so I cannot spend all day on here. Somebody said, who do you think should join the cast? Jeannie Mai. But y'all already knew that, okay? If you've been keeping up with my videos, you know that I have been the #1 advocate for Jeannie Mai. I definitely think Jeannie Mai should be a part of the cast. I think RHOA would be so stupid not to allow her to test. And I hope Jeannie will be receptive to it. If not this season, maybe next season. Okay. Because I know that she's a newlywed, right? She just got married. She's new to Atlanta. She lives in Atlanta part-time. She is in LA for the real and whatnot. So I don't really know how that would work out, but who's to say Jeannie Mai is going to be on the real for forever? And she's pregnant. Okay, so she has a lot going on with the real, her new marriage, her pregnancy, living in a new city. Jeannie Mai has a lot going on. So I don't know if RHOA would be a good fit for season 14, but there's always, season 15 through 20, right? And so I feel like looking at the show, ahead for the future, I believe Jeannie Mai would make a great addition. I know a lot of y'all out there feel like she's timid and she's quiet and the girls will chew her up and spit her out. But I don't think so. If you watch The Real, Jeannie is very outspoken. She has, to me, a great point of view when it comes to a lot of, topics and things like that. And I feel like she could definitely get in there and maybe start a pot and be the nucleus of some of the drama. But that's just my opinion. Okay, Jeannie Mai is not boring, and I don't think she's timid at all. If you think Jeannie Mai is timid, then you really don't know her personality. Okay, and not to mention storylines on top of storylines on top of storylines. Okay, she could talk about her marriage to Jeezy. She can talk about being a new mother. She is cool with Candy. We did see the photos a couple of days ago. She can talk about her ex-husband who's being exposed as a racist. And I know a lot of y'all think that she's a racist because she said she liked her dark meat on the side, which I don't think that was racist. I just think it was insensitive and dumb. But that's a whole different conversation for a different day. Number 1 on my short list would be Jeannie Mai, but that's just me. Okay. But for those of you who are just tuning in, Cynthia has announced her departure from the Real Housewives of Atlanta officially. She said, after much thought and consideration, I have made the very difficult and heartfelt decision not to return for the next season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, which we know is a lie. Okay. It wasn't much thought or consideration. They didn't want you holding a peach, child. Somebody said, keep RHOA all black. Okay. If those are your sentiments, I'm not going to argue with that. I don't have an issue with the show staying all black, but I also don't have an issue with the, them adding on an Asian woman. Like, it really don't make a difference to me. I think Anila was an amazing addition to Married to Medicine. I like Lisa Nicole on there. I don't know Lisa Nicole's ethnic background, but I like her. I like Carrie on the show. I think Kim Zolciak contributed to a lot of great moments on Atlanta. I'm trying to think. They almost hired Portia's bestie. Okay, the one that owns the restaurant. I believe her name is Miriam ATAC, something like that. She is not a black woman, and they were testing her out. So, I mean, RHOA don't have to stay in all black cast, in my opinion. But that's just me. Now, speaking of all black cast, y'all, let's very quickly before we get on out, because I got 10 minutes. I want to do a quick, very brief recap of Potomac last night. Okay, because I got a lot of y'all talking about I'm late. Cynthia quit the show. Okay. Um, Potomac last night was so good. The editing, the way they produced it, the way they set everything up, the storylines, it was so quirky. Like the way they did the special effects, and Karen was off the walls talking about some I'm vaccinated. Okay, ain't no C. Okay, ain't no C big. She said I'm vaccinated with no C, or the C has an S sound in this case. Okay. Um, like that episode had me so weak. Karen was so hilarious. I thought Robin and Giselle were gaslighting like hell. I thought Wendy definitely got the girls together. Candace was acting a damn fool, and I absolutely loved it. Mia and Escala had some sort of newfound beef, and I was just really confused at the situation. You had Grace up there scratching up Candace's car. Okay, you had the whole debacle with Giselle and her backwards forwards house. Okay, her $900,000 cabin. Like that episode was a 10 out of 10. Just reality TV gold. Okay. I don't care what y'all say about Potomac, but that episode was everything. So if y'all have not checked out last night's episode, you need to watch it. If you don't watch any other episode of the season, because that shit was good. And my favorite episodes from Potomac and Atlanta are the episodes that include big group scenes that last for like basically half of the episode because so much shit happens. Like it kind of reminded me of the Pillow Talk episode, not Pillow Talk, but which was another, that is another good example. But I was thinking of the bi-wig party. Remember how the bi-wig party at Nene's house was so long and drawn out because there was just so much drama and so much happening? That's what last night's episode of Potomac reminded me of. Remember last season during Atlanta, we got that whole episode of them like running down the bachelorette party in the Charleston of the South Carolina. Remember that? That was such a good episode because they elongated the scene and really showed us all the nooks and crannies and the different dynamics that were happening. And it was great. It was great TV. Okay. It was great. So you had like I said, Karen just acting a fool because she got vaccinated. You had this situation with Giselle and Robin who were asking questions that were extremely shady pertaining to Wendy Osefo's situation with her new boob job and her new booty and her new face and her new wigs and, you know, her new everything, and how that is somewhat correlated to these Monica all about the T. Eddie rumors, right? Which I thought it was so good how Wendy brought up the fact. She was like, you know, being concerned about that could have been reasonable if the same blog didn't say that Giselle had an STD. Y'all, I fell the hell out. I fell out. I was like, ooh, she didn't bring. And you know what makes me mad about that whole situation is the fact that when Karen brought up the hot box and the Sing Sing, everybody was acting so clueless, like hot box. Huh? Remember that? Remember when everybody was acting so clueless when Karen was talking about the hot box? I just didn't understand why everybody was acting clueless, like y'all don't know what a hot box is. Okay, something down there is fucking up the pH balance, allegedly. Okay, and then you had Giselle denying it, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I felt like Robin and Giselle were definitely gaslighting Wendy. And with that whole question about is it reasonable or is it shady to be concerned about your friend's drastic changes when there's a cheating rumor out about her husband, right? And my whole thing is, if I was Wendy, I would have reacted the same way. I would have been reading y'all two girls for filth, which she did. Okay. Um, and I definitely would have had this attitude of defensiveness because what you're not going to do is use my situation, use it, you know, throw it up in my face at your little party in the driveway. Okay. And I thought it was so funny how Karen was in the confessional talking about this really shows how cuckoo Giselle is, right? Because she was trying to kick Wendy out of the party. And Karen was like, girl, we're in your driveway. We're not in your home. This is basically public property. Okay. We are in the Potomac woods at this point, the woods of Bethesda, or however the hell you say it. Bethesda. Right. Okay. This is the National Park Association Service, federal government property. Girl, you can't kick nobody outside of this driveway. And even if Wendy wanted to go home, Candace's scratched up ass Lexus is blocking everybody in the damn driveway. Okay, the driveway is so damn skinny, right? I used to live in a house when I was younger, like my childhood home. We had this big ass, long ass um valley of a driveway. It was skinny, but it was like deep, like a deep valley. And imagine having a party there and people like parked all over the place. Imagine being all the way up in there at the house and being like maybe the first one to leave, and you can't leave because the parking lot is just a damn mess. The driveway is a mess. That's basically what it was like at Giselle's house. It's like, girl, I can't leave this shit show even if I wanted to. Okay? Nothing but bricks and sticks at the front door. Right? Grace tried to move the girl's car out of the way, then fucked up her Lexus. She gonna have to take. I was like, Grace, girl, you had one job. You had one job. And that turn was so, I'm not gonna say the turn was easy because I don't like backing out of spaces either. But I'm like, you had enough room to where you did not have to scratch up that girl rim like that. Okay, Candace has a budding musical career. Okay, they say that Chris is riding her coattail when it ain't, there's no tails to the coat, right? So she doesn't have this expendable, what do you call that, disposable income to be given, getting her rims fixed every other day. So I'm just a little bit confused, and she really needs to file an insurance claim against Giselle's people for fucking up her tires. But anyways, but yeah, that whole driveway was a mess. Talking about some Wendy, I'm gonna need you to leave, girl. Where I'ma go? Okay, your driveway is this wide. Okay, ain't no width, boo boo. Ain't no width. Talking about, oh, y'all can't use the restroom, girl. We don't. There's no hard hats, and nobody has boots, and I don't see no permits posted up. This is probably illegal to have a whole party at your house when it's a construction zone. Which also reminds me of my childhood, because I remember one time my parents decided that it was such a great idea to have a party at the house when they had just ripped up the flooring of the foyer to put in some what do you call that, like marble flooring or whatever, the tile flooring. Having a whole party, I think the man finished the last tile on the floor right when the first guest was walking in. No baseboards on the floor, nothing. Okay, like Kenya Moore hair care house, no baseboards. Anyways, so yeah, that party reminded me, like, that was definitely giving me a lot of memories. But all right, y'all. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and log out. I have a meeting at 2:00, honey. Y'all had got me hyped. This Cynthia Bailey news got me hyped. No baseboards, no roof, nothing but a bunch of bricks and sticks. Okay, they kept showing the same clip of the man in the white truck backing up off that them wood panels. That shit was funny. That shit was so funny. I know a lot of y'all are in the chat talking about some Salt Lake City. We'll talk about it. I did not catch last night's episode. I be forgetting that Salt Lake comes on after Potomac. So yeah, it is what it is, honey. Somebody said 2 years in, Giselle has a long way to go with her barn. Oh, not barn. Sheree took a long time, but her house is beautiful and beautiful in the building phase. Yep, that's very true. And then it would make more sense because Sheree's house definitely probably took a lot more money, and her home is a lot more bigger and it's grander, and the style of home, I would assume, takes a lot more money. Okay, Giselle's house is more basic. It's like I don't know what you would call that style of house. It's like bungalow chic versus Sheree is a French chateau. So just off of the styles alone, I can see that. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and log off. Okay, we got people calling, chat. We got the people calling. But I love you guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the bell notification so you get notified when we go live. All right. Love y'all. And don't forget to create a great day. Bye.